Hello and welcome, I'm w48 and in this video I'm going to show you some really cool things you can get on Thingiverse in week 48. As you can see here, this is a Arduino robot. Really cool one. I think this is probably one of the coolest things that you can print on here at the moment. It's a nice little project where you use an Arduino board, use one of these servo motor boards, and then some other cool accessories including LED and some what are they called again, some pots. You twist these and it will twist where the servo goes, essentially articulating the arm. Next up we have Thinking and Tinkering, which is a YouTube channel actually on you guessed it, YouTube, w48 with tubicles. So this is a really cool thing that is meant to be a test that he's put out recently, where he is just testing things for vertical, I think it's horizontal, wind turbines. So this is just to see what the current airflow is like. There's a whole video on it which is linked down in the description below here. He's a very smart man, seems to be doing some very cool things. Next up we have the Lego Minifig display. So the Minifig display is just loads of little hexagons that you can put your little Lego minifigurines into. So as you can see here, this is the 3D printed thing, and you can click them all together. There's also another one here with a little back bit, and that's for screwing into the wall. I'm assuming this one doesn't have the screw holes in it, so you don't have to, so you can't screw it to the wall. Next up we have the texture rollers pack. Now this is really cool. Texture rollers that you can use to spice up a project where you're painting something, something that's maybe a wall feature, maybe a part of a wooden object, and what this does essentially is it allows you to put textures onto it as you roll this up and down the object that you're doing it onto. It's just a really interesting way to give a bit of texture to something different, and also you can use it for terrain if you was to use it on Warhammer type things, that kind of stuff. This is what that is for. Next up we have some disk storage, and not just any kind of disk storage. This is for your sanding disks. So I do have a as it called, a spherical sander, one of these sanders that goes with these discs, and essentially I have downstairs in a big container loads of different types of sanding discs to go with this, from 80 to about 400 grit that you can use. And as you can see here, it extends even past that to 600 on his ones. I probably have the same ones because you buy the bundle off of Amazon. It's pretty cheap. It's like five to £10 or something like that, and you get like a lot of sanding discs with it. Very useful, but also kind of finicky if you're trying to look for them. So if you have this, you can do what they've done and stick a bit of tape on it and put some numbers into it so that you know which one's which, or you can just write directly onto it with like a paint pen or maybe a Sharpie or something like that. But yeah, either way, this is pretty cool, and I'm really glad that I found this one because I will be printing this one for the shed. Next up we have this minimalistic work desk organizer. It kind of speaks for itself really. If you have a phone and some AirPods and some other cool accessories that you need to put in, or you want to put in, this is just a nice way to store it very neatly on your desk and give it that specially defined space. Next up is mushroom shelves. So these are as they are, and that is mushrooms that go on the walls. Now these are pretty cool features. They look really nice. I don't know how well they'll print. They might be a bit of a pain when it gets to some of these. They probably would be best to be printed in SLA as well, because the smaller parts that may be in between these fins. But yeah, either way, these would look really nice. And next up we have this Dr. Pepper can holder. Now as you can see, this object is just a can holder. Essentially it's got a hole that you put a can in, a Dr. Pepper can more precisely, and it should hold it so that you can drink from it as if it was a mug or a handled sort of drinking apparatus. Now I don't know if this will fit all cans of Dr. Pepper, so it might be best to check with your local cans and see what it says on here. So it says here, here's a mug so you can hold your Dr. Pepper can so your hand doesn't get cold. That's a good idea, actually, that's a good point. and keeps the can colder longer as it's initiated to. STL is not to be sold or duplicated without author's consent, and you can leave them a tip there if you like. It's done by 3D Copper. Very nice, very cool. One file. Someone should be able to enjoy this, and depending on what side of the pond you are from. That about wraps it up for this time. So if you have any cool things that you want me to showcase on here, let me know. I'm trying to get back into 3D printing. I've been doing a lot of 3D printing recently with my Prusa i3 Mark III Plus, and I'm looking to upgrade it. It's one of the things that's up next in my to-do lists and to get, so hopefully I can get that soon and I won't waste too much more of your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.